So this is Peter Tufano, Dean of the School of Business at Oxford University, whom I've known for a long time. Peter, we've had a conversation about scale-up versus startup. Could you comment on the difference from the perspective of the Dean of one of the famous business schools?
Sure. There's a tremendous interest by students and faculty in starting things. Starting is sexy, it's hot. Much harder is the process of scaling things. So I think that we spend too much time and emphasis and attention on starting and not nearly enough on scaling. And so we're trying at Oxford as best we can to try to turn this tide a bit and focus more on the scale element of entrepreneurship as opposed to primarily focusing on the starting element.
Can you give just one example of a skill that is different for the scale-up entrepreneur versus the, let's say, startup entrepreneur?
Well, I mean, if you think about financing, seed financing is different than later stage financing. If you think about team development, the composition of a team as you scale an organization is different than the composition of the team when you first create that organization. Professionalization becomes more important. As simple things as real estate, where you are and how you are, the type of contracts that you might form. I suspect all of these have a different cast when you're thinking about scaling. My personal observation about this is I started a firm, it's a social enterprise, and our goal whenever we start any project is that we won't touch it unless there's at least the potential to hit 1 million people. And that discipline forces us to do many things that we might not otherwise do. So it's a mindset more than anything else. You only think about how it is that you can ultimately get to reach many, many people.
Thank you again, Peter Tufano, and I neglected to mention that we're here in Tianjin at the World Economic Forum. Thank you, Peter.
My pleasure.